Divine Rising, gods and goddesses, it's Crystal. I'm coming on here to leave a video, make a video about a conversation that I have been refusing to have had concerning myself. An hour conversation. And the conversation is raw and authentic. And it is it's a conversation that I just finished having, so I'm going to repeat it. I have had the lived experience of being in contact and experiencing love, joy, peace from a very dark space. I had the opportunity to witness myself in an altered state where when I looked in the mirror, I seen the ugly parts of myself. And because it was so ugly, I couldn't sit still. I wasn't comfortable, so I left that space and went into a different space. And I was tormented. Very much so. And prior to being in this altered state, I had the beautiful privilege of coming in contact and being around an individual that I call my counterpart. And when I looked into his eyes, what I saw was dark. And instead of flinching or being afraid, I ran into it. I ran to it. I ran to him. And as I ran to him, I ran chasing what I saw in his eyes. It was my reflection, the one that I seen in the altered state. I'm sitting in deep thought because we have had numerous conversations concerning how life has played out for me and why I do what I do and why I think what I think. And in those conversations and throughout my relationship, I hurt him. Deeply, as well as hurt myself, because I refuse to be accountable and open, and I refuse to no. I continue to point the blame, and because I've done that, because I have done that, I am now looking at the consequences to what I've done. And because our connection is very different than your traditional relationships, I have utilized the traditional means of being in relationship to dictate how I moved in said relationship. All the while feeling how I feel, which is him and I are one and the same. And so, as I gather these different perspectives concerning how him and I operate, I am conflicted because on a 3D level, on a 3D plane, there are things that I desire, things that I want, the things that I need, and vice versa. And while we talk about them, he's hit all of the things that I need and I wanted, except for a few. And I have hit none because I'm too busy pointing and talking, running my mouth because I'm hurt without taking accountability for what I've done. You have a little star seed, and mm, I destroyed what was I dissembled the level of everything. Like, I tattered what was. I allowed my mouth to destroy what was meant for me, to tear it apart and unravel it. I allowed my own thoughts, devices, and concepts and beliefs to keep me away from what was supposed to be for me. Today, I had Reiki, and I learned that I was wrong. Wrong in the choices that I made and the decisions that I made. And being able to learn from those things, I have not been able to walk fully in that acceptance of, yes, I made a mistake and I learned the lessons, now move forward and expand from that. I've been still stuck on, you did this and you did that and you did this and you did that and you did this and you made me feel this way and you didn't make me feel that way and you made me. I feel like for the second time, third time. I've been waiting for this kind of love and joy and peace. Like when him and I get together, it is a time to be had. Until there's a misunderstanding, and once there's a misunderstanding, the time is not had, and it can be very frustrating and very draining. Mm. So I apologize to him tonight for not taking accountability for dragging him, because I definitely opened my mouth and said some things about his character that um, was inaccurate. My lived truth, how I perceived things, was very accurate at the moment, but once he was able to explain and put into place and pieces the things that I've done and the ways that I was to make him move the way that he moved, I have nothing to say. I can't rebuttal. There's no way for me to, I often feel there's no way for me to explain or express my perceived experience over his experience. And this is where there is the invalidation of my experience. Anywho, I'm going to sleep because I feel like I'm rambling now. But I did a lot of things to hurt, or I was hurt. I was very hurt, very conflicted with how things played out between him and I because of all of the things. And I did not take accountability from the reason why the things played out the way that they did. I just knew that I was hurt and I didn't care what nothing else outside of that mattered. What about me? So the story goes, I was married, separated with my daughter. We were going to class. He was 23 years, 20 years in a relationship, not married, but had 4 children. 5, but one was not in the home. We got together. Things were running very smooth. However, there were things that he needed from me, and there were things that I needed from him. The things that I needed from him, I expressed. He made good on. He made good on everything except for the one or two things. He told me what he needed, and I have yet to make good because you got to do these one last two little things. Um, there were situations and scenarios where he gave me guidance. Business was one, and how to maneuver with his situation was the second one, and then the third one. It's a lot of different things. A lot of different things that I was just like, nope, I got it. Nope, I got it. Nope, I got it. I can handle it. I got it. I got it. When in all actuality, he was right. He was right. Things would have been smooth sailing if I would have listened and honored his leadership. But I was stuck in a cycle of pointing the finger and talking too much. And also being conflicted because oh, we had we had the guidance of being a polygamous um group of people, and I didn't want that. And at first he didn't want it either. But if he could have, you know, if he could have it, then absolutely, why not? And once that was hard grained into his psyche, I always felt like I then began to feel like it was not ever going to be him and I. It was going to be all of us. And because I thought that, that's exactly what it did. I had a baby in August, and she had a baby a couple of months after. And it shook me to my core because I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. But when I found out, my whole world was